This is going to be a difficult video. It's hard to apologize. Admitting defeat and requesting forgiveness makes you feel vulnerable. Especially when you're apologizing to a large audience, subject to the opinions of everyone who decides to watch. So when push comes to shove, how do people deal with all of this? And more importantly, how do I fuck it all up? So far my tutorial series has extensively covered everything you need to know about being a terrible person. But I've rarely discussed what happens after the infamy. How can someone apologize for their actions after they're done? Even better, how can your apology make you seem even more terrible? To figure this out, I looked into the case files of many infamous apology videos and found out what makes them so infamous. Join me as we look into what makes an apology resonate for all the wrong reasons, and how you can use this to be hated. You might be excited to get started with an apology video of your own, but wait, you can't just make an apology video yet. Not without something to apologize for.
Step 1. Do something deplorable. It's obvious, but it's still important to touch on, no? When it comes to apology videos, it almost always happens with high-profile figures. If nobody knows the bad thing you've done, why would you ever need to apologize for it? This means in order to continue, you need to be well-liked in the first place. Without a network of supportive fans, you can't disappoint anyone. The good thing is, you can get popular on any platform for this to work. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, iFunny. Unlike my other tutorial videos, this isn't exclusive to a platform. So, pick the one that comes naturally to you. As long as you have a secondary YouTube account, you're good. Now that you're popular, usually over the course of years, or months if you're lucky, it's finally time to tear yourself down. I touched on this in the first episode of this series, How to Be Hated if you're having trouble, but I actually don't advise following that video completely. You need to do something bad, not irredeemable, so your fan base falsely thinks there's still a chance you could grow as a person.
After that, you might be asking, well, what bad thing should I do then? And not gonna lie, that's a pretty good question. In the end, it's up to you, but looking back at what others did might help you decide. A safe bet would be accusations of grooming, like with James Charles or Colleen Ballinger. People get rightfully passionate about it. Just like them, you can be dismissive or insensitive about the topic, and people will get mad, guaranteed. But you can also get creative with it. We'll touch on examples of that later. But at this point, you've done the bad thing. Congrats! People are really angry with you now. And now it's time to do nothing.
Step 2. Avoid the address. You need to be sure the situation warrants an apology in the first place.
When exposed to a controversy, most influencers don't do anything at first. Think of it this way. If people will forget about the thing you did in a day and you didn't make too many people mad, then why put in the energy of being a good person? Wait on it and make sure that this is really something that got under people's skins. And then, the performance can begin.
Step 3. Attract your audience. Now we're getting into the real stuff. Currently, everybody is pissed at you. You tried to avoid it, but that didn't work. Now it's finally time to pull out your camera. You might think that the main focus of an apology video is to apologize. Understandable logic, but you're actually wrong. The main function of an apology video is to get publicity. You know, get even more attention so you can stay relevant for longer. This means you still need to draw in your audience for that sweet ad revenue. Make sure your video is over 10 minutes in length. This will have the bonus effect of annoying everybody, because now they need to watch 10 minutes of content for a simple apology. You need to market the video as well. Make the title all lowercase with a period to gather interest and show how overdramatic you're being. The thumbnail should be a dark screen or an unflattering picture of you on the verge of tears.
This will make sure you get clicks, even if you're apologizing. The aesthetic of the video is now secured. So, let's finally talk about the contents of the video itself.
Step 4. Shift the goalposts. This is arguably the most important step, because this is what people hate the most. Because of that, I think we need to look feature by feature to see what makes an apology bad. The number one thing people hate in a sorry video is blaming others. They want to see you take full accountability for your actions and prove you understand the effect you have on others. So yeah, don't do that.
Tana Mongeau
is a good example of this. Tana is a storytime YouTuber who organized her own convention in Anaheim called TanaCon on June 22nd, 2018. It was an unmitigated disaster, canceled the same day it happened. The facility could only hold up to 1,000 people when over 4,000 showed up, so most people were left outside waiting in a line in the scorching California sun. Holy shit. People purportedly got sunburns and heat stroke. For our YouTube convention, people were obviously pissed, and Tana made statements such as,
like, people love to be oppressed outside.
She uploaded a video called TanaCon, the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly a month after the disaster, and it was a whole hour long. In the video, she takes some accountability, but she also name drops and blames to her heart's content. This, along with the runtime, is what makes this video such a great example. I hope you're taking notes, by the way. Sympathy baiting is another highly annoying tactic you could use. Jake Paul used it in his So Sorry video, a very short response to the Suicide Forest incident. He has that characteristic low, gravelly, choked up tone with horrible lighting over his puffy eyes.
But I think an even more extreme example comes with Laura Lee. Laura was a beauty and makeup YouTuber who was prominent in the mid to late 2010s, but evidence resurfaced that she made really racist tweets. Like, holy shit. I'm absolutely not reading this out loud, but if you want to see one, it's on the screen right now. A lot of people in 2012 made jokes like this, but that does not make it excusable.
Her apology video on August 20th, 2018 was, well, I think you could tell from the footage. It was by far the most performative video I've seen. There's so much obsequiousness with nothing else behind it. Pretty much, it was obvious that she was only sad because she got caught and only sorry about her brand deals being canceled. Avoiding the problem was also a good strategy. There's nothing like an apology video that only apologizes for a vague version of something. Take Colleen's video again. As you can tell from how much I keep mentioning it, it's a pretty good fucking example of how to go wrong. I don't think I need to give context on this one. It's recent enough. This girl was accused with mountains of evidence of using parasocial relationships to get free labor from people and apologized with a ukulele song. I can think of much better ways to use the ukulele. She was also accused of course, grooming, though more aggressively and kind of fringe. Guess which one she exclusively addressed? Only the more enraged accusations of grooming, saying everyone was just lying and that it's all in the past. Where did she mention her verified parasocial exploitation? That's right, she fucking didn't. Along with a really vindictive nature and stupid gimmick, this is to be put on a pedestal for future generations to study. And for you to study. Are you still taking notes?
These last two come in a pair. Two sides of the same coin, generally more underused than the other three. Disrespecting your audience is when you take the blame put on you and throw it right back at the audience. It's honestly pretty smart. Why take accountability when you can just call your accusers idiots? The Fine Brothers did this when they tried to trademark the genre of reacting to content, which in my opinion shouldn't even exist considering how stupid it is. But you can't trademark a genre. They made an apology video in 2016 and it was incredibly condescending, explaining their rationale like they're talking to 10-year-olds. People pretty much thought that they were saying "shut the fuck up, you idiot" to everybody when they were clearly in the wrong. You can also do the exact opposite. Tmartn was a Call of Duty creator who was on the platform for a decade before vanishing. He was exposed for running a CSGO gambling scheme that young kids paid for. We start the video with him sighing and petting his dog because that makes it better. Then he barely addresses what he did and ends it with this tactic.
You guys seriously mean the world to me. Like, you've changed my life in so many ways. I'll never be able to thank you for what you all have done. Thank you guys so much for all the support over the years, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart.
It's a very easy way to feel disingenuous, because deep down viewers only know that they're being appreciated because they give him money. Which brings me to my final step.
Step 5. Learn nothing. You gotta make sure that this was all just for attention and clickbait. Think of this solely as a business move. It is not an apology. It is not being a better person. It is not maturity. It's meant to satisfy your viewers and secure your job.
You've done it. You've simultaneously addressed a problem and disregarded the solution. But really? I've talked about this ad nauseum at this point, and it kind of just makes me think, will we ever actually see an apology video that actually apologizes? One that cuts through all the crying, drama, lengthy runtimes, and pointing fingers? And to address that, I'd like to turn to PewDiePie. September 10th, 2017, the bridge incident happened. What? PewDiePie said the N-word on stream, and he released a video 2 days later called My Response. 1.5 minutes, takes full accountability, no performance, instant response, and fans were generally satisfied. If you need an example of how to make an artificial apology, you'll need to look elsewhere. Apology videos are stupid and have lost their meaning since 2015. They're so predictable even a fox can analyze them years later and notice patterns. But whether you're apologizing for views, or apologizing for your conscience, I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and I hope you join me in my next video. See you guys later. Peace.